universe, we are in nature. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anna and we are going to begin this morning with some yoga. And starting your morning with yoga is just so beautiful to create that space in the morning for intention setting and for just really checking in with your body. So one of the themes that we're going to explore today is Santosha, which is a Sanskrit word that means contentment or acceptance. And really, let's incorporate that into our practice today and see how we can accept whatever the day brings to us today, how we can accept what we are in this moment in time, what our life looks like in this moment in time, acceptance with contentment, with gratitude. So without further ado, let's get to our mat and let's begin. Okay, healers, let's begin in a cross-legged position or just any comfortable position for a couple of seconds to arrive at the mat. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes and just noticing the quality of your breath, noticing the breath without changing anything, becoming the observer, maybe relaxing your jaw, maybe relaxing the shoulders. Continue to breathe and noticing the breath. Let's take 2 deep inhales. Breathe in through the nose, belly, chest, shoulders. Exhale, shoulders, chest, and belly. One more time. Belly, chest, shoulders. Exhale, shoulders, chest, belly. Place an intention. Take a deep breath, and we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. Just begin by bouncing the knees a little bit, lifting the spine upwards, crown of the head towards the sky. And when you're ready, we're going to take a deep inhale, bring the hands up over the head. Beautiful, making sure the shoulder blades are coming together, squeezing the belly and the ribs upwards. Bend your knees here if that feels good for you, and then we're going to exhale, come down, and inhale, come up. Dynamically, we're going to do this 5 times. Exhaling down, inhaling up. 2 more. Good, really reaching those arms up. Last one. On your exhale, bring the feet together, coming into a butterfly pose and flapping the wings. Making sure the spine is nice and upward again. Inhale, bring the hands up over the head. Exhale, drop them back down. Same movement, hinging from the hips. Good, let's do 2 more. Exhale, last one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the right, grabbing the left hand towards the right knee, and right hand comes behind you. Gazing over the shoulder, breathe in. Exhale the opposite way. Finding 2 deep breaths here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bring those hands up over the head. And exhale, drop the hands down, finding a tabletop position. Making sure our wrists are underneath our shoulders, our knees are aligned with the hips. Take your time finding your alignment. And when you're ready, we're going to drop our belly, coming into a cow pose, and round that spine for a cat. As you inhale, you want to make sure your belly button is coming all the way down towards the mat, and your shoulder blades are coming together. On your exhale, rounding the spine, hollowing it out, chin comes to the chest. And again, inhale, gazing upwards. You can also find other movements like moving the hips side to side, or creating some circular motions, dropping the hips back towards your heels, rounding at the top, and then dropping the belly down. Switching sides here. Just finding any intuitive motions for the spine in this moment. And on your exhale, drop it back to your child's pose, extending the hands, forehead comes to the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, remembering your intention. Option to bend the elbows here to open up the shoulders, or make your way to a puppy pose by lifting the hips up and walking, reaching the hands to the top of the mat. Chin comes towards the mat, chest weighs down towards the mat. So taking some breaths in your shoulder opener. Good. Trying to bring those shoulder blades as close together as possible in a way that feels comfortable. And when you're ready, we're going to drop the hips back for our child's pose and get ready to move from child's pose to Cobra by rounding the spine and lifting the chest up off of the mat. Exhale, chin comes to chest, around the spine, child's pose. Breathe in your child's pose. Exhale it out, around like your cat. Drop the hips, lift the chest, Cobra. Keep your elbows bent. Chin comes to chest, round it out, child's pose. Breathe in. Exhale, round to cat. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, chin to chest, drop it back, child's pose. Breathe it in, exhale it out into your Cobra. Drop your chest down to the mat, finding a prone pose, bending the knees and windshield wiping side to side here. Activate the hip flexor muscles. We're going to tap the left foot towards the right and the right foot towards the left, stacking at the hip. Keep going at your own pace, inhaling as you open and exhaling as you close. On your last one, drop the chest and lift up, finding your last Cobra, squeezing the glutes here, fully extending the arms or bending the elbows. And then you're going to exhale, drop the hips back to your child's pose. Take 2 deep breaths here. And prep the body for your downward facing dog. Drop the hands down, plant them to the mat, and push the hips up. Feel free to keep the knees bent as your body warms up. With each inhale, try to elongate your hips upward and bringing your ears in line with the arms. Try to find some belly breaths here and maybe pedaling out the feet now. If that feels good for you, bringing the heels closer to the mat. And with your next exhale, drop the knees down. Step forward with the right leg in between the hands for a low lunge. You have the option of framing the foot, or you can lift the hands up off the ground or place them on a block. But we want to drop the hips closer to the front leg and switch between our low lunge and a half split, extending that right leg and moving dynamically back and forth. Again, you can either have your hands framed to the foot or lift the hands up if that feels good for you. Making sure my toe is pointing upwards for my half split and holding the static pose, imagining that there was a string attached to my chin and my toes and it's getting shorter and shorter. 3 breaths here. 1 more breath. And back to that low lunge on your exhale. Lift the back knee off the mat for a runner's lunge and plant the left hand to twist. Reaching that right hand up, maybe gazing at the fingers. Taking 3 breaths here. Keeping the back leg nice and tight and engaged. Also the front foot nice and steady and planted onto your mats. Exhale, frame the foot again, drop the knees, and lift up on the toes, coming into a high plank. Remember to stack your shoulders over your fingertips, and exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. And when you're ready, dropping the knees and stepping forward with your left leg. Again, you can hinge forward, place your hands on a block, the mat, or on your hips. We're going to create dynamic motions, moving back and forth 6 times between your low lunge and your half split. Keeping the toes facing upwards. Just finding some motion here. After your 6th step, you're going to exhale and inhale. Extend that left leg, bringing the toes closer to the top of the mat. And trying to shorten that invisible string between your chin and your toe. Keep breathing here. Belly breaths. And exhale, lift the back knee off the mat for a runner's lunge. Plant the right hand to twist. Reach the left hand up, maybe gazing at the fingers and taking 3 breaths. Good. Keep that right hand very engaged. Back foot and front foot very engaged. Exhale, frame the foot and step back into a high plank, or drop the knees and step back into a high plank. Whatever feels better. Hold your high plank, breathing, stack the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet and slowly start walking the feet to the front of the mat, bringing the hands to the elbows and swinging side to side. Drop the hands down and start bouncing the knees and shoulders. This may look silly, but it's a great way to shake off any fear or stress. It's what animals do in the jungle after they've been stressed or almost hunted. So keep bouncing and releasing anything that doesn't serve your day. And then bring your hands to a fist and start tapping your lower back. Maybe saying in your head some things you're grateful for today, waking up your kidneys and adrenal glands. Drop your hands and slowly rise, wiggling the fingertips and bringing the hands all the way over the head with a big inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center in Andali Mudra. And we're going to do 3 sun salutations, saying hello to the sun. So follow my lead. Inhale, bring the hands over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaled, halfway lift, plant the hands on the shin, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, upward salute, hands come over the head. Exhale, back heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, down, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, drop down, and breathe in, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time, breathe it in, hands come up over the head. Exhale, forward fold, drop down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shin. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise with the hands above the head. And exhale, come back to the center. Drop the arms down, and we're just going to rotate the head in circles. Very gently, very slowly. And when you're ready, you're going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And extend the left hand away from the body, bringing the right hand over the head, gently placing it on the head. Finding some breaths. And when you're ready, exhaling, chin to chest, switching side. Beautiful. Left ear to left shoulder. Reach your right hand, extending it. Dropping that right shoulder away from the ears. And bringing the left hand over the head. Beautiful. Let's get ready to drop the hips down, finding a chair pose. Bend those knees. Bring your hips, tuck the tailbone in. In your chair pose, you can keep your hands up high, or if it feels more comfortable to place on your hips, you can do that as well. Beautiful. Let's take one more breath, and we're going to wake up our proprioception by playing with our balance. Tree pose, option to place the right foot on the ankle, under the knee, or over the knee. You can be a big tree with branches or a small tree with your hands on your hips. And you can find a gazing point or a drishti, what they call it in yoga, something that is not moving to help you with your balance. Holding your tree, noticing your foot deeply rooted into the ground. And having fun. If you lose your balance, try again. It's all about practice. On the next exhale, we're going to drop the hips back down to our chair pose one more time. Really holding that strength and lowering just a little bit more. Challenge yourself to get as low as possible, keeping the tailbone tucked in. One more breath. And lift up for your tree on the other side. Nice job. Chair pose can get challenging. Good, and this time let's open up our heart a little bit more. Bringing our hands up in our tree pose, those branches. Taking some breaths, finding that gazing point. Being rooted in the rest of your day. Nice job. Let's shake it off. Shake our arms, shake our feet. And then we're going to drop it down to the mat, coming into a supine pose. We're going to just bring the knees towards the chest. And circle out those knees. Open up the arms. Breathing in and breathing out. Getting ready to an end. We're going to drop the feet down, lift the hips up, finding a bridge pose and squeezing your glutes here. Tucking our shoulders underneath our back, bringing our hands together. Finding your breath. And on your exhale, dropping it down, hugging the knees, swinging side to side. And get ready for one more bridge pose. Lift the hips up. Play with your balance on your heels and on your toes. Chin is at the chest. Keep breathing and exhale, drop it down. Hug the knees and side to side. Relieve some tension in the lower back. Lift the feet up all the way up high, and we're going to end our session with a happy baby to bring that happy energy into the rest of our day. Grabbing the outside of the feet, bringing those knees towards the shoulders, or maybe you bring your peace sign, your index finger and middle finger to your toes in your happy baby, and play with the extension of the knees, opening the knees, bending the knees, lifting up, and slowly lowering, very slowly engaging the core down to your Shavasana. Shavasana is our last pose, corpse pose, that allows the body to recover, letting ourselves come back to a relaxation pose. Taking some breaths in your Shavasana, bringing the mind back to the breath if it starts to wander. And just taking a moment to remember that intention again. Bring it into your day. The Santosha, the acceptance and contentment with whatever our day may bring today. Take one more breath here. And when you're ready, we're going to sit back up to close off the session in a seated position, crossing the legs. Thank you guys for joining me today for Yoga in Nature. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. You're feeling nice and recharged and attention. And remember that Santosha of contentment and acceptance of where we are. Let's take a cross-legged position. Bring our hands to our heart center. Take a deep inhale. Gratitude for your practice today. Rubbing your hands together, creating that energy, that fire in your hands. Thank you all. Namaste. Let's get our day started.